Hello there and welcome to Black Jackal Gaming.
We're going to take a look at the Eradicator squad, which is a primaris gravis heavy support unit. Now this is a very durable unit as it does have a T6 body, but because of the gravis armor it is a bit on the slow side. The weapon it comes with has a decent amount of strength and a very nice amount of AP as well, although it does have a rather short range and it does come with a variable damage as well. The melter keyword does allow for additional damage, and there is an upgrade option to take a multi-melter. Finally, it comes with a really nice inbuilt ability for full rerolls. Taking a look at the datasheet, you have the option of a 3 or 6 man unit coming in at 95 points or 190 points. The Eradicators come with a movement profile of 5 inches, toughness 6, 3 up save, 3 wounds, leadership 6 and objective control 1. They come with a range profile of ballistic skill 3+, and are equipped with a bolt pistol which has the pistol keyword allowing them to shoot when in engagement range. This comes with a profile of 12 inches, 1 shot, strength 4, 0 AP and 1 damage. The entire squad is equipped as standard with a melter rifle which is the heavy keyword which allows you to gain +1 to hit when stationary, and melter 2 so when you're at half range you get +2 to the damage. The melter rifle comes with an 18-inch range, 1 attack, strength 9, -4 AP and D6 damage. For every 3 models in a unit, you can upgrade one to a multi-melter. Again, this comes with a heavy keyword and melter 2. It comes with a very similar profile, being 18 inches. However, it's 2 shots and it is ballistic skill 4+, strength 9, -4 AP and D6 damage. They come with a melee profile of weapon skill 3+, and are equipped with a close combat weapon as the majority of other Space Marines are. The close combat weapon comes with 3 attacks, strength 4, 0 AP and 1 damage. They have one ability and it's quite a nice one. It's called Total Obliteration. Each time you're targeting an enemy unit that is a monster or a vehicle, you get to reroll full hit rolls, wound rolls and damage rolls. So as long as you're targeting the right type of profile, you get full rerolls for every roll you're going to do into that unit, which makes it a very powerful anti-tank and anti-monster weapon. So what buffs and combos can you give to the Eradicator squad? Well, there's a couple of leaders and units that you can use to buff them. The first being the captain in the gravis armor. He gets to use a stratagem for free every battle round, which is really nice. You can even use a stratagem that's already being used in this phase. Next up we have the ever popular apothecary biologist. He grants lethal hits for range attacks to the unit. If you want to take the lieutenant with a combi weapon, he can select a priority objective at the start of the game, and anytime an enemy unit is within range of that objective, to reroll wound rolls of 1 into this unit. The Incursor squad comes with a nice little ability to improve your efficiency. Once they've finished attacking any units that they've hit, they can select one of these as a buffing unit for the rest of your army. So anytime another unit targets this unit, you get +1 to hit, which is very nice and adds a lot of efficiency to your Eradicators. Even though they have a reroll built in, this basically makes it almost guaranteed, really. There's a couple of transport options that are really good for gravis units. The Land Raider, and this is all variants really, they can take 3-man squad and a leader. It has a rule where you can move and shoot and still charge after the Land Raider has completed a move. So this kind of negates your lack of movement with the 5 inches, so allows you to get right up and personal early on to make sure you're within melter range. If you want to get the most out of the unit, you can take the Land Raider Redeemer, which has a bigger capacity, so you can fit a 6-man squad with a leader in there, which is really nice. Finally, you got the Primaris Repulsor. This can only fit a 3-man unit with a leader in, and it does have a nice re-embark rule. So if you're within 3 inches of the Land Raider, if you're selected as a charging option, you can then get back into the Repulsor and not be charged. So it adds a little bit more durability to your unit and allows them to stay around for much longer. There's a couple of detachments where you can get the most use out of the Eradicator squad. This isn't to say that these are the best detachments in the Codex. 2 of them being the Iron Storm and the Vanguard. However, their detachment rules and stratagems don't get the best out of the unit, although they are 2 of the best ones to use for the army. First up we have the Gladius Task Force, which the detachment rules are your combat doctrines. There's a really nice piece of war gear enhancement that you can give to the biologist called the Firestorm Discipline. This grants sustained hits 1 for all ranged attacks And if you're in the Devastated Doctrine, this critically hits on a 5+, which is very nice, especially with those lethal hits as well. It's more useful if you're taking a 6-man unit to get the most out of this. There's a nice stratagem called Storm of Fire. Now, you already have -4 AP, which is very nice. However, there's going to be instances where units are getting cover saves and have the ability to reduce incoming AP. So if you're targeting a Space Marine and they're on a 3+, they can get ways to put your -4 AP down to -2. However, if you use Storm of Fire, you get to ignore cover saves, and if you're in the Devastator's Doctrine, you get that additional AP. So your standard Gravis and Tacticus Marine will not get a save against your Melter Rifle. The final detachment, which is quite good, is the Anvil Siege Force, which is the Imperial Fist detachment. The detachment rule grants heavy keyword to all of your weapons. As you already have the heavy keyword, you also gain +1 to wound when stationary, which is very nice. There's a war gear enhancement called the Architect of War, and this allows you to ignore benefits of cover. And there's a very nice stratagem called Battle Drill Recall. This grants you sustain hits 1, and if you remain stationary, you get critical hits on a 5+. Again, with the lethal hits, that is very nice. For a little juicy bonus, you can also use Uriel Ventress, who can grant the Deep Strike keyword for a unit. So you can Deep Strike in with your 6-man unit with your Biologus and get all these benefits, but you're deep in the heart of the enemy, so you can target the units that you need to, and you won't be restricted to that 18 inches because you'll be wanting to drop in potentially at those 9 inches if you can, so you can then activate the Melter 2 ability to get your D6 +2 damage. So as you can see, there's ways to get these guys into battle as soon as possible to get them within that range. There's transport options, there's the ability to deep strike in, and when you get in there, if you've got your 6-man unit with your Biologus, you can put yourself in the position where you got 4 Melter Rifle shots, 4 multi-melter shots, and you are going to be hitting on potentially 2s or 3s with that based on how you've got in there, and your 5s are going to sustain hits and lethal hits, which is very nice. You get full rerolls, so you can potentially fish for those lethal hits, and then when you're in your wound rolls, you also got the ability to have +1 to wound as well as those reroll to hits if you're targeting a vehicle or monster. So you've got a lot of efficiency built into this unit based on just being able to reroll, having those pluses to hit, pluses to wound, as well as the ability to potentially reroll wound rolls of 1 with the lieutenant with the combi weapon. Although you are getting rerolls anyway, however, if you do manage to not kill your target, this allows you to have a bit more consistency to target with other weapons just to knock off those final few wounds. Especially if you can get into melter range, this puts you in the ability to be in the position to maximize your efficiency with the unit and all but guarantee that the target you're aiming at is going to die with the amount of consistent and efficient firepower that you can bring to bear. You've also got that full reroll to damage as well, so you've got that consistency, and if you're in melter range with your 6 units, that's +2 damage for each one that goes through. Check out these other videos, subscribe to the channel if you like the content you can see, hit the like button. I'll see you next time.